Well, we're back. It's been another week. We uncovered this girl. Hello. Gotta be careful though. Her head comes off. I literally found her head in a different place. Hey, welcome back to another week. As you can see, there's a little sheen on some of these windows because my wife got to cleaning them up. And we did some scraping, made sure all the windows in the house open and close correctly, and they do. Whoa, that's a look for you. But it's really what you need when you're pulling up carpet that looks like this. And you'll notice I cut down the middle, pulled up the carpet, pulled up the layer of padding underneath, only to find another layer of padding underneath, which had to be scraped off because, yes, it was mostly glued down. But stage after stage, each of it got rolled up, taped up, and hauled off. So here we are with progress. The poor truck was once again loaded up and off we went to the dump. And this artistic view brought to you by a mirror, which found a new home this week as well, thankfully. This was interesting carpet. As we went to pull it up, we found that the padding underneath was actually a horsehair or something. It's still good after 70 years. A couple of things we got into this week. Now, as I mentioned last week, my knee is out, so I'm moving a little slow. But we got these big boards off the ceiling, and after having the roof done, it's finally dry. We can see what we're up against, and honestly, it doesn't look too bad, folks. It looks a little nasty here, but it's just going to be pulling out of old insulation and buying new, and oh, look, I already bought new. So this won't be too long. I got one more board to pull down to see what that surprise looks like. This is just staging. Got that window open today, and this week we've started using ladders. So we've got a little storage here. Bathroom, no change. Not this week. Didn't get into it. This room, other than getting that other window open over there, no change. Not really much of anything in this side of the house. Now, one thing we did do, kind of interesting, this was just closed off before, and I knocked it out because there's not been enough airflow coming in here to the furnace. I think we might put a vent in here or something. That's the air return for the furnace, but this would help that room breathe a little bit better. You may be wondering, well, you had everything cleared out. What in the world is all this? Well, those would be kitchen cabinets. There's the countertop. You know what this means, right? There's the uppers. We're going to actually put those on Facebook Market and see if we can get them a home. Oh, wow. Okay. Yes. The demo of the kitchen has begun in earnest, as you can see. Now, a couple of things about this. First of all, you'll notice the rest of the house is empty. So we donated everything that was left, and it's all gone. Everything, including the wheelchairs, everything has found a home. It's fantastic, all cleared out. So no more of the original hoarder items remain unless we're using them. Case in point, I found that brand new drill. I'm using it. Same with the tools and whatever else. But we scrapped out the oven, we scrapped out the cooktop, scrapped out the refrigerator, the freezer, it's all gone. We took over 1,800 pounds out of the house just in scrap this week again. Isn't that crazy? By the way, between the scrap, the trash, and the donations, we are well past 20,000 pounds of stuff in this house. Folks, that is 10 tons plus removed from this house. Isn't that crazy? Over 10 tons. And now we're into the house actually doing the demo. So this here is actually this bulkhead from the other side, which was twice as deep. I'm not sure what the original design was, but they obviously changed the kitchen at one point and pulled the box out further. It feels so much bigger in here. And then as we were taking that out and I started prying at some of the ceiling, well, the rest of it simply fell down because it had so much water damage. So it is all down, and we're going to have to work on this side next. I left this because we've been using the water. The sink is functional, and it just really helps to have some functionality left in the house for a while. So this is the new challenge. Get this all figured out and get all that old, nasty insulation out of there. But let me point something out. Like, this house is built really, really well. Those are 2x12. 2 by 12. And then the roofs up here is 1 by 6. So very, very well built house, very strong. And everything is in conduit all the way through. So that is really, really good. So we do have some good progress on this room. Not much in here this time. We really didn't get a whole lot done. The electrical, no change from last week. And then back here, we have been working on clearing up the outside. So the contractors have been delayed a little bit as well. They're supposed to come back. They've got the fascia, and you can see there's a gutter running all the way along the side of the house, 50 feet, waiting to go up. Hopefully they're here today to wrap this up and get that termination on the rubber roof. The roof looks great. I was just up there and put a cage on the chimney cap so that the critters can't get in. But cleaning this up, you know, just getting the cover back on the light and getting rid of all of the unsightly wires, we're working our way down. So once they get done with the fascia and the gutter here, we're going to repair and paint the soffits down and then go to the windows. And so we're going to scrape them a little bit and paint them back their original dark brown, which is actually what we went with on the gutter and the fascia. We're going back to the original colors on this house, which is about that color. Isn't this crazy? Goes all the way down the house. Anyway, still working on some things. We got lots of stuff left to do. Pulled this out of the yard. Remember, this guy was a scrapper and a hoarder. Look at the size of that metal hook. It weighs so much. And then we made some progress back here. So another huge day of burning through leftover stuff from all the trees over the years. And so here actually we've cleared out some stuff. You can see a lot more of the backyard. This is down to this little pile. So we made progress. Another third of the burn pile is gone. And then also this shed has finally been emptied out. Now I'm putting stuff back in. I've got scrap metal and whatever going here, but the workbench area and all of the contents that were in here have pretty much been removed. And so we're using it just for storage and for garbage and for whatever else. So that is also really big progress. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it just takes so much time to get it all done. And so we've still got to test out this welder. That's one of the next things on my list, but everything else along the house here is gone. So progress being made. We've got to work on that dirt pile in the back soon and do some more landscaping type of work. Clearly we've got lots of things to do, but the fact that we took sledgehammers into this kitchen this week was probably the biggest story, and driving all over the place, getting rid of thousands and thousands of pounds. By the next video, I'm pretty sure these will go. We threw them on Facebook Market really cheap, maybe 10, 15 bucks a piece. So those will go. Somebody will put them in their garage. And then we'll keep working our way around. Got some calls we got to make next. Got to get somebody lined up on drywall. Got to get another dumpster probably to get rid of all the junk. And got to get some folks lined up to do some concrete work and some other HVAC type work in the house. Things that we're just not going to do, especially with me slowed down. So until next time,